Hi everyone, we're back for our Learning from Home program to kick off for Term 2. So a quick little update now about how things are planned and where things are sitting for the resumption of learning at St Mary's. So as I've sent out in the information over the last week, our resumption tomorrow is as we left it at the end of last term. So if the students can be home, they need to be home for weeks 1 and week 2. Obviously for parents who are working and there's no way of supervising children, the school is available to them as it was at the end of last term. So that's week 1 and week 2. So that's how that sits. Students at school will be doing the same thing that the students are doing at home. They'll be supervised, not necessarily with their classroom teacher. So it'll be the same, exactly the same process we had at the end of last term, around that. So in relation to attendance and roll marking, those sorts of things, that will be handled by us here at school. So if your student is at home or is at school, we'll organise that. We do still need to know, however, if your student is at home and they won't be able to participate in the online learning due to being unwell or those sorts of things, please let us know. So then we can let teachers know whether students will or won't be present online throughout the day. Particularly for the Zoom check-ins, which kick off tomorrow morning, and excitedly for our Kinder Year 1 and Year 2 students. They'll be experimenting with that as well. So the instructions on how to connect to Zoom are already in Seesaw. They were sent out last term, and a teacher will put out the Seesaw links for that for the Zoom meeting through Seesaw tomorrow as well. So reminder to parents, our same situation as last term, parents are not to be on site. We need to respect social distancing where possible, so particularly picking up, dropping off students if you can. Please don't get out of your car. If you do need to, please make sure that you're giving enough space to everyone. Certainly parents, as per last time, unfortunately still can't come on site. Again, all those policies and processes that were in place at the end of last term are still in play for us now. Tomorrow being Wednesday, we'll start with just a normal timetable. Last term we did some different things on a Wednesday to acknowledge the specialist programs that the students have. That will start next week. So tomorrow will just be like a normal learning from home day and timetable around that. So again, Seesaw will be a great place for communication, questions for your students and teachers. Again, respect the information I sent out last term around. We need to recognise the working hours for our teachers. So if you do send an email or a question or something outside of those normal hours, we'll turn that around within 24 hours and get a response to. So as I said, all those things are still in play. Regarding obviously any students or anyone who's unwell won't be allowed on site. Around that, good idea to charge up the iPads tonight, ready for tomorrow, so they'll be unlocked at 8:30. We are going to play around with extending the locking time at the end of the school day, just on some feedback, and as I said, we're learning what works best for everyone. So at this stage, we're going to push that out to about 5:30, where we'll lock them. Again, mindful that if the students need to log into anything outside of that time, they can use a home device and still log in, but we'll lock the school ones at 5:30, just to give a little bit of extra time for people to interact with their students based on some changing work hours. And so now we come to week 3 and what that's going to look like for our students here at St Mary's. So currently I've been in meetings with Catholic Education Office Diocese Wagga Wagga. They'll have more meetings tomorrow and Thursday as we work through how we're going to structure this to enable students to return 1 day a week from week 3. So at the moment, we're working on a plan. As soon as we have that plan finalised, we'll get that out to families as soon as possible. As I said, won't be any earlier than Thursday. That's one of the planning meetings we have around this. But as soon as we know how that's going to look for us, taking into account all the different aspects of the guidelines and recommendations that we need to put into place, we'll let you know as soon as possible. So our ideal plan is by the end of this week to have that out to, but as I said, there's still a fairly big logistical discussion and organisation around that. So we're working as hard as we can to get that to you as soon as possible. So in the meantime, weeks 1 and 2, as we were at the end of last term, again, we thank you for all your support and patience and understanding, and feedback. As I said, we're learning with you as part of this as well, to get the best outcome for your students and for yourselves here and the staff at St Mary's. So we'll continue on, and everyone stay safe and stay healthy.